Bill Maher has been doing this for 30 years. He knows how to control a room. He knows how to redirect a conversation when it goes somewhere he doesn't want it to go. He knows how to make guests look small without ever raising his voice. So when Paulina Luna walked onto his stage and proceeded to run circles around him, and the CNN contributor sitting next to him, for nearly the entire segment, it was worth paying attention to. She covered the Epstein files. She named co-conspirators who walked free. She called out China's documented propaganda network by name, and she handled every pivot Maher threw at her without breaking stride. Today we go through the whole thing, what she said, what Maher tried to do about it, and what the moments the mainstream press glossed over actually revealed. Let's get into it. The segment opened with the Epstein files, which Luna was among the members of Congress pushing to have released. Maher's framing was immediate and telling. He focused on Hillary Clinton being subpoenaed and questioned why Congress would go after a woman when the Epstein case was, in his words, about men behaving badly. Luna didn't take the bait.
Subscribe button, and let's jump right into it.
You were one of the people who wanted the Epstein files released,
Yes.
which was good. Okay, then you have Hillary Clinton come in. I mean, this is like 3 gazillion pages of men behaving badly, and the witness you want is a woman.
Hey,
and
she was issued a bipartisan subpoena, meaning the Democrats wanted her into, because Bill Clinton was all over those logs.
So you would have been against that, bringing Hillary in?
No, I voted for the subpoena as well.
But what did she have to do with it? She never met the guy. And again, for something that's all about men behaving badly, the first person you had, you don't think that's a bad look?
I think the question for her was specifically because he was a big donor to the Clinton Foundation. But I want to point out something that a lot of people aren't talking about. I actually read the names, and other women have as well confirmed this, specifically other members that saw the unredacted files. Some of the most egregious emails that you saw talking about girls ages 10 and 11, talking about mocking a little girl who was praying, those came from women. The only co-conspirator currently sitting in jail is Ghislaine Maxwell. There were other women that were co-conspirators and given plea deals to testify, and they were let off.
That is a significant statement from a sitting congresswoman who has stated publicly that she personally reviewed the unredacted files. She is not trafficking in internet theory. She is describing what she says she read. And Maher's framing, that subpoenaing Hillary was about going after women, falls apart the moment you look at the documented record. Bill Clinton flew on Epstein's private jet multiple times. Epstein visited the Clinton White House at least 17 times during his presidency. The Clinton Foundation received documented donations from Epstein. And Hillary Clinton's 2016 campaign sent Epstein an invitation, documented and on the public record. Asking questions about the Clintons' connection to Epstein is not a partisan attack on a woman. It is Congress doing its documented job. Maher didn't push back on the substance. He moved on. The conversation shifted to First Amendment concerns, specifically Maher's argument that government pressure on media companies constitutes censorship. Luna agreed with the underlying principle but pivoted to something the CNN contributor clearly wasn't expecting.
I'm not making excuses, but what I will say is there is an aspect of our own First Amendment currently that's actually being exploited by places like China that's inundating with propaganda, and there are very wealthy people that are currently being investigated, without saying too much, that have been caught tied to terrorist networks in other countries like China pushing propaganda in an effort to break our country apart. That is a fact.
She then named a specific name, Neville Roy Singham, a tech multimillionaire based in Shanghai with documented ties to the Chinese Communist Party. This is not a fringe claim. The New York Times published a lengthy investigative piece on Singham in 2023 documenting how his money funds an estimated global network of approximately 2,000 hard-left organizations that critics and researchers say amplify anti-U.S. messaging and support autocratic regimes. Reports have alleged he funneled hundreds of millions of dollars into organizations specifically designed to generate division inside the United States. This is documented. It has been reported by the Times. It has been raised in congressional hearings. Maher's response to Luna naming Singham and describing this network was essentially, "You're good at your job." He did not follow up. The CNN contributor did not follow up. The segment moved on. when someone drops a specific documented name tied to a documented foreign influence operation on a major television platform, and the journalists in the room don't ask a single follow-up question. That tells you something about what those journalists consider worth pursuing. Maher then pivoted to 2028, specifically Gavin Newsom's chances at the Democratic nomination. The CNN contributor was bullish. Luna was not impressed. She pointed out something Maher tried to frame as a moment requiring grace and understanding. Newsom's comments during his book tour, where speaking to a predominantly black audience, he said he was like them, adding that he was a 960 SAT guy, and then, remarkably, said, quote, "You've never seen me read a speech because I cannot read a speech."
Yeah.
So he basically said, you know, I'm dyslexic. I don't read very good like you guys.
Yeah,
and it just came. It just was.
But it's insulting, right? It's
insulting, and it's also a function of when you're on a book tour running for president, you do a million events a day. Your brain is fried at 8 o'clock at night, and you're trying to like not step on a landmine, and you do. And I think we all have to show some grace when people do.
Maher's defense was that Newsom's brain was fried from doing a million events, and everyone should extend grace, which is a reasonable human instinct. But here is the question Luna's presence in the room made impossible to ignore. What would have happened if a Republican had said something equivalent to a predominantly black audience? The answer is not complicated. There would have been nonstop coverage. There would have been demands for apologies. There would have been think pieces about what it reveals about the candidate's worldview. Newsom's comment got the fried brain on the campaign trail treatment. The double standard is observable and documented in the coverage. Maher acknowledged this implicitly but didn't dwell on it. The segment moved on again. Maher closed by asking Luna who better represents the future of the Republican Party, J.D. Vance or Marco Rubio. It was a question clearly designed to generate a clip-worthy moment of internal Republican conflict. Luna handled it cleanly.
The future of MAGA, J.D. Vance or Marco Rubio?
Oh, that's a dirty question. That is a dirty question.
You can't answer?
I don't know if it's true, so I don't want to speculate. I think them as a ticket would be a winning ticket.
But who's on top?
Well, I think they'll have to battle it out. But I think that Secretary Rubio has done a phenomenal job in foreign policy. He really has. He was the only cabinet appointee that was actually unanimously voted into the position, and he also has, I think, one of the higher approval ratings currently.
Okay.
And so he's done great. But JD is also someone that I campaigned with actually in California during the presidential primary, and someone that I think has the ability to connect with people on a level. You know his story, Hillbilly Elegy. He's the type of person that did come from a normal upbringing. We need more of that in Washington, D.C.
No internal conflict generated. No viral moment for the clip. Just a composed, measured answer that gave Maher nothing to work with. The whole segment followed the same pattern. Every pivot Maher tried, toward Hillary, toward grace for Gavin, toward Republican internal conflict, Luna redirected back to substance. She named names. She cited documents. She didn't take bait. Here is what this appearance actually demonstrated. Bill Maher is not a pushover. He is one of the sharpest interviewers in political media. When guests come on his show, underprepared or ideologically rigid, he exposes it quickly and the audience knows it. Paulina Luna came prepared. She knew the Epstein file contents because she read them. She knew the Singham network because she has been tracking it in congressional investigations. She knew Newsom's comment because she had thought about what it revealed. And when Maher tried to redirect, she redirected back. The CNN contributor contributed almost nothing. The moments that will be remembered from this segment are all Luna's. The co-conspirators who walked free, the name of the man allegedly funding a global propaganda network, and the question of why Newsom's comment got the grace treatment while identical Republican comments would have received the opposite. These are not partisan talking points. They are documented facts and observable double standards. And Luna put them on the table clearly, on a platform that was not designed to be friendly to them. Drop your thoughts in the comments, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you next time.